What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Modern Amapiano from scratch. If you've been following this series, we've already built our drums, melodies, chords, bass, and log drum. In part 4, we arranged the beat into a complete song. Now we've reached one of the most important stages, mix. In this episode, I'm going to show you how I take this beat from rough production into a much more balanced and clean mix. We are going to talk about gain staging, levering, EQ, controlling the low ends, effect, stereo space, referencing, and finally checking the mix on different listening systems. Let's get into it. Before I start putting plugins everywhere, I want to do something very important. I'm not touching anything. I just want to identify what's wrong before I start fixing things. I'm going to listen to the beat first. I'm listening for what's too loud, what's too quiet. Is the kick hitting properly? Is the log drum fighting with the kick? Are the melodies taking too much space? Or is the mix bright or dark? Once I know what needs to fix, then I can start making the decisions. The first thing I'm going to work on is levering, and honestly this is something that has made a big difference in my mixes. Before I start reaching EQs, compression, delays and all that, I want to get the volume relationship with the sounds. I want to get the volume relationship between my sounds, make sure it's right. You get what I'm saying? That's what I do first, gain staging or aka levering. So as of now, we can start with the kick. Let me just show how we gain stage. So gain staging is like, as you can see, all the sounds they've been routed to the mixer. So you make sure like a sound when it's coming to the mixer, you got like a healthy signal. It's not picking over zero, it's not hitting the rate. We gain stage it before we send it to the mixer. How do we do it? For instance, we come on the channel rack, like we solo the kick. You can see this is our kick. We click here. Then we can come, we can detach the kick. So as you can see here, the kick is picking above 9. So we can staging it. So I just wanted to pick like around 15. Let me just set. I'll set my kick around 15, but the rest of the sounds are gonna bring them around 18. As you can see, this one is bouncing 15 under 18, but we just want to get to 18. That's the switch. So it's a long process, but this helps. Like when you start mixing, everything is leveled. From there you can make decisions. See, this one is too loud. Get it there. Just a little bit. Yeah, so you can see it's a long process, but the more you do it, you get used to it. But this is very important. As you can see, all my signals, they're coming nice. Nothing is picking up, nothing is hitting the rate. They're all clean. So from here, now I can start making the decision, the mixing decision. I will start mixing by soloing like kicks. Like, let me just start with the drums. So that's my drum. Like, yeah, you can see the kick is hitting right there. Then I just boost it and dip it like somewhere in the middle frequencies, just to give like space for chords and other things, and boost a little bit on the high, so that like when you're playing it, like let's say in those laptop speakers, it's, at least you can hear like the transients, the punch of the kick. Yeah, that's all we do on kick. And the other thing is, like, since the kick is like it's on the low frequencies, we have to keep it mono. This is how you achieve it in FL. You just come, turn this knob right to the end, you're making the mono. Then from now we can blend in with the rim shot. So yeah, same thing on the rim shot, just put an EQ as well. On the rim shot, we're just cutting the lower frequencies. Okay, slide it a little bit, try to go up. As you can see, I'm killing the life of the rim shot, so I have to take it back. We're just making space for the lower frequencies, like the bass, the kick. Yeah, I think on 200 hertz yeah. Same, another EQ as well. We're moving. Another EQ as well. Just cut the low frequency a little bit, yeah. Yeah, this is the high hats, the closed one. So what I'll do, this one, I'll cut more lows, even middle frequencies. I'll boost it a little bit on the high frequencies, right? And this one I can just give it a little bit of reverb. You can see I'm just panning this thing on the left because there's a lot of drums, so I don't want them to play them like on the same like frequency. So that's the use of panning came into play. Like, we have to separate the sounds so that it should give itself room to shine. And yeah, same, I cut EQ. And I'm introducing the shaker loop. And this shaker also, I'm gonna push it on the right, pan it on the right. Nice. As of now, let me just put the master up just to get the vibe, yeah. But it's still picking under 6 decibels. Yeah. And we're introducing another shaker loop as well. This one, let's turn it to the left. And also a pro tip, this is a source right here. You also got another EQ on this side. So this one will just boost the highs a little bit, cut the lows there. Just make it shine in the mix more. Yeah, sounding now. Let's just give it a little bit of reverb here. Cut the lows of the reverb. This is too much. Let's bring it the wet knob a little bit down. Yeah, that's how you mix it up. You just start cutting, levering, then cutting the frequencies. Like, you know, in the sound, on the frequency spectrum, there's lows, there's mids, there's highs. In our song, there's instruments that are meant to be in the middle frequencies, others on the high frequencies, others on the low frequencies. So things like kick, 808, basses, log drum, they go on the low frequencies. Those are mono. We center them in the center. And we got middle frequencies like holds and all those sounds, vocals, we put them in the center. Those are middle frequencies. And we got highs, which is like shakers, hi-hats, like strings, pads. So those ones, yeah, you position them on the right. So as you're cutting, you just see like EQ is about just organizing, putting everything in place, in the right place. Let's move on, man. Yeah, okay, so now we're done with the drums. Drums. Yeah, so just give it like a proper listen until you get what's too loud. That's it. So now it's time to introduce the instrument. Now it's time to introduce the instrument. So let's start with the pad, the purity one. You can say this is like, since it's a pad now, this one I'm spreading it wide, like stereo. So I just push this knob on the leg just to widen it. Same come EQ. Just cut a little bit. And you can just give it a little bit of reverb. So cut the lows on the reverb. You can put the wet knob all the way up just to listen. Yeah. Just a little. We need to introduce the chords now. So like from now, it depends which vibe are you going up. You want that the piano chords to be like in front of the mix or behind the mix. So since you know this kind of music, there would be vocals on it. So we don't want to bring it too forward, you know, just to give an artist space, the artist vocal to shine here. Cut. Yeah, low edge for the space, give it a little bit of reverb and full delay just to give it that effect. Now we're moving. separated nicely, left and right. Yeah, now we're done with the instruments, so it's time to bring in the bass. You get what I'm saying? Let's do it. Bass and log drum. That's FM sub. It's a sub. It just wants to be like in the background. It's something people they just feel it. Like when you take it off the beat, people they can feel that something is missing. But when as it punching, they won't notice it like other instruments like kick, snares, and all that. That's just the art of mixing. There is no rules, but it's just your preference. What do you want? What do you want? Like this, we're gonna push it like in the also have another bass player, the bass that's gonna come on top of this FM sub as well. Anything below 28 is not better. You don't need it like listeners the one hits. So yeah, one more thing. I just want to add like a saturation. So yeah, we do have like let's add this as called fruity wave shaper. Listen to what is gonna do it as I'm adding it. Can see I'm vibing already. The mix is on point. Here is the last part, then we just need to bring the log drum and just hear how it's gonna sound. Like there is a log drum coming in. The log drum is knocking its day, but there's a pro tip that I wanna give it to you, the source that to make your like those professionals how the log drum hard like it looks hard. So you go on the log drum, yeah, you solid. So under it, put a soft creeper just to creep it, like wherever you boost it, it mustn't hit above 0. You get what I say? Above 0 decibels. It mustn't distort. Okay. So there's a lot of ways we can do. You can put other plugins or saturation, but in this case, let's use the same. Yeah, this bad boy. It's the fruit wave shape. So just listen to it as I'm picking it up. Damn. It's knocking as hard. It sounds fire, bro. Yeah, that's how you boost your log drum. So as of now, let's just brand it in the mix because it might be too loud. Let's just listen to all the instruments and bring it. So as you can see, all these sounds they're still hitting below 0, 6 dBs. You see? Now our mix is like has come together now, but we still got a lot of headroom that even if we can add some boosting plugins, effects, it's still gonna sound properly. So like right now, since we mixed everything, now I have to start mixing everything. Like I have to go to the drums and the melodies and the bass and the log drum on its own. So let me just deal with the drums first. So what I'll do is like I'll highlight all the drums and link them to this drum bus. Yeah, here's the drum bus. Yeah, so like now we're focusing on the drums. So we go to the drum bus. As you can see on the drum bus, there's nothing, but as we can hear, yeah, this drum loop like it's punching. We need to just add, a little bit of compression just to glue them together. Because since the kick is a bit louder and the other like hi hats they're low, the shakers. So compression is about the dynamics of the sound, just to match the dynamics. Those ones with high peaks and the lower peaks, just to make them at least they should level up. That's all about compression. This drum rope, it needs to be like compressed. That's the first thing. What I do as well, I just prefer put like the soft creeper, yeah, at the bottom of it. And basically I'll add this EQ, just taking anything below 20 hertz and anything above, that 18 kilohertz. Like those sounds, like they don't exist. You get what I'm saying? Human ear cannot be able to hear those sounds. So let me do it. It's time to compress. I've told you what compressor does, what compression is. In this FL, since we're using all the stock plugins today, there's no need for you to say no, I can mix because I don't have the plugins that you're using. This is a beginner level. So doing everything from stock. There's nothing like outside FL Studio. So we go to this bad boy. Yeah, it's the fruity limiter. You see this side, you use it as a limiter, but we're using this part as a compression. We're using the compression part. So as you can see, here's our drum loop. It's showing us when you come to the compressor, the only thing is you as a beginner now, you just need to be worried about the threshold and the ratio. You get what I said? Threshold is like you set a ceiling. The signal mustn't go above it. Whatever goes above it is gonna be compressed, and that's the ratio that determines how much signal should be compressed when it goes above the ceiling. Let's go here. Yeah. Let's set there. You see the lower peaks and the high peaks. So the ratio you can say it like there's 2 to 1 ratio. Just mean that every 2 decibel that goes above the threshold, one of it will go through, one of it will be compressed, one of that will be, yeah, that's all it is. Okay, since it's the drums, you don't need to go for a higher compression. You have to go for a lower one, because if you go like above 12 to 1, that's limiting. You get what I'm saying? Killing the life of it. So yeah, we're gonna just go on a 2 to 1 ratio, or we can do like 3 to 1 ratio. You must go before and after. So for now, you can see we've reduced the sound a little bit. We just need to add like a little bit of volume, so that's when this gain comes in. You listen to it. Yeah, in this case we just add like 2 decibels. No compression with the compression. Yeah, nice. From there we can bring in the bass and log drums as well. So yeah, this is how also I do on the bass for log and bass. I put the same EQ. Yeah, come to this preset 20 to 18 kilohertz just to cut the and here you can just also add something like a saturation a little bit, like Let's see what we have. Like, can you hear that? So that's something oomph is sounding proper, but let's just put it a little bit. Yeah, now we can introduce the instruments as well. So same on the instruments, I just put an EQ, make sure there's nothing on the low frequencies, give the space for the sub, bass, low drum, kick and all that. Yeah, since you can hear, since our beat is very low, it's peaking below 9. So what I'm gonna do is I have to, we just come here, because as I say, that's the advantage of gain staging. We got room, like we can make our beat too loud, we can boost everything without creeping. Here's what I do. First I just put like a soft creeper here on the master. The soft creeper is very important. So that's our beat. So as of now, let's just listen to it from the jump, from the intro. So from there, we'll be just balancing the instrument in case something is louder. But this is like giving it another good listening, so that's why we can make more decisions just to polish up. But we're almost there. 5 of Modern Amapiano from scratch. If you've been following us from part 1, you've seen us now build this beat from drums and all the way to the final mix. If you learned something today, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and let me know in the comments what you want to see in the next part. Don't forget, don't mix with your eyes, mix with your ears. I will see you in the next episode. Peace.